Soggy Science here. Woo! Number 31! 31! 31! Oh, this week was huge. So full of news. So full. Well, good news on the shark finning front. Massachusetts, today, signed into law a ban on shark fin sales and possession. And this 9-year-old had a hell of a lot to do with it. 9 years old! He got pissed off, so he went to his local representative, suggested legislation. They sat on it for months, so he visited the legislature and delivered little stuffed sharks and got this thing moved through. And his name is Sean Lesniak. So awesome to see the kids at power. Power! Scotland has announced 30 marine protected areas, mainly off the northern end, and suggested 4 more. And huge diversity of habitat, from sandy to rocky reef, to protect invertebrates, and even some migratory species. So that doubles their effective MPA area. Looking forward to hear the data from the area and see how that helps out, if it does really quickly. I know off the coast of California they found that it helped more rapidly than they had expected it to. Well, not so good news front here in the whole western U.S. basin drought dilemma. NASA and the University of California at Irvine have found that not only are we low on water, but a lot of the drain, 75% of the drain, has been in the groundwater system, or the aquifer, which is not good news. They don't know how much exactly is there, so that they don't know when it might run out. Let's hope for a strong El Nino for several years. Anyway, Stephanie Castle of UCI announced that and said, we don't really know how long it will last or how much more there is. So hopefully there's a bunch more. Hopefully we get some rain soon. But the situation grows worse by the week. It's not funny, but you gotta laugh instead of crying, right? Well, on a more positive front in the news, gill nets have been banned until August 31st here in California. We've been talking about for many months the unique and different, more tropical species showing up, tuna are being caught, all kinds of craziness. Well, the warmer waters have brought more turtles into the area, so this has been enacted to help the tortuga and even loggerhead turtles and other species. We'll see if sightings go up, but this is a preventative measure by NOAA and the Southern National Marine Fisheries Service here in the Southern California area. Sedna Epic Expedition, all-women Arctic expedition, have begun their kind of test flight. They swam across the Arctic Circle line as a team of 10 yesterday, I believe, and they're gearing up for 2016 Northwest Passage Snorkel Relay. So it's going to be really interesting to see. They're, of course, kicking butt on the educational front and introducing kids to science and careers in science and all kinds of cool marine technology, scooters and ROVs, and they're doing all kinds of sampling as they go along. So updates are coming pretty quickly now. So probably more news on that soon. Go, guys. I know that Jill Heinrich is leading that, and Becky Kagan Schott is up there too. Good friends of Soggy Science. Can't wait to hear more, guys. Let us know what's up. Well, it turns out that June was the hottest month on record, and mainly due to warm ocean sea temperatures. And they are warm, unseasonably warm, as we've been talking about for months now. Not just here, but worldwide. So that's such good news on the global climate change front. But we'll see what happens with El Nino. Things can move around, but that's not the best of news. So let's hope the waters cool off soon. Antarctic having a heavier winter than usual, so maybe that will offset it a little bit. On the East Coast, the changing climate have increased a small copepod, little microscopic guy called Calliamus. And fortunately, a very large animal feeds on that copepod, the North Atlantic right whale. And this season, they've seen more calves and a bigger size than ever before. And at the turn of the century, they thought they might be on their way out. So that's really good news. North Atlantic right whales may be on recovery, mainly because they increased food because of changing water temperatures, as we're talking about. So that could be incredible news. Aaron Meyer-Gutbrod and Charles Green of Cornell University let us know about that. And good news indeed. So North Atlantic right whales. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And in California, not such good whale news. The one big whale that doesn't seem to be coming back in a fast fashion or even a ready fashion are blue whales. The biggest mammal that ever lived. And they do frequent summer and fall months off the coast of California. That's generally when it's the warmest. And we've been having lots of krill, which is what they eat. Turns out they kind of congregate and spend most of their time near some pretty major shipping lanes in California. And boat strikes seem to be what's keeping them from fully being on the road to recovery. So hopefully we can shift those shipping lanes and make some adjustments to avoid the big ships running into the blue whales. They're not as acoustically sensitive because they are baleen whales and they feed by filter feeding and taking big volumes of water and don't use acoustics as much. And some of the big ships, since their propellers are in the back, may have kind of a sound shadow in front of them, so they're unable to move out of the way. Scaring them off isn't the best idea because the habitat's good for their feeding, so better that we move the ships. It's a 15-year study by everybody in the world who's contributed to science, it seems like. NOAA, National Marine Fishery, National Geographic, and a whole fleet of other people. But Ladd Irvine of Oregon State University Marine Mammal Institute published this in a Polis One article, which is cool. You can check it out. They're free open source, about their patterns, and the maps are pretty cool. And it tends to be off San Miguel Island, a huge point Conception, San Miguel Island, the northernmost Channel Islands here in Southern California, or they're saying off the shores of Santa Barbara. But it's a hugely productive area, and it's no surprise. And there's all kinds of structure there. But the shipping lane cuts in really narrow there against the Channel Islands versus Santa Barbara and Point Conception. So hopefully we can make some adjustments. Federal government's looking at it, which is good. And hopefully those adjustments are made soon so we can see the comeback of the blue whale like some of the other major whales. So, knowledge is power. Whew. Anyway, thanks for your suggestions. Thanks for subscribing. Share it with your friends. Share the video. And send me more suggestions. Follow us on social media for our daily updates. And more importantly, get out in the water, find some adventure, and get soggy.